This is the beginning of the hike. The GPS says we're at 2,600 feet, so we'll get it underway. This is a very well maintained trail to the point of even having a crude handrail. Coming up on our first view here, break right through the trees. We're about 3,200 feet, and as you can see, it's a lot of dense forest, like a lot of trails here in Washington, but it's supposed to get better from here. A big rock makes a fork in the path here, just goes all around, and there's a couple of benches to sit on, about 3,400 feet up. Big rock. Graded hill's starting to get a little bigger here. I don't know shit about trees, but that's a pretty cool looking one. This is the meeting of the upper and lower trailheads. We started on the lower today. The upper meets here. This is 3,600 feet according to the GPS. Got Roots' stairs, pretty handy. Starting into a series of switchbacks here, but the trail's still very well maintained. Again with the homemade handrails. Got a pretty keen rock right here, we'll check it out. Alright, on the rock, it's chilly enough up here. Put on the -33 Bolly. If you're so inclined to take them, there's a lot of resting points right here, littered throughout the trail. This one here is approximately about 4,300 feet. There's a good Lord of the Rings looking shot right here. Here's a cool shot coming up the top of the Lord of the Rings segment. Looks like we have a little vista. And if it weren't for the clouds, we might be able to see something. GPS currently says 4,488 feet. 4,600 feet is a fairly narrow rock trail. Still well maintained though. You can see put rebar here in front of the wood to help retain. Still well maintained, very picturesque. Looks like we're coming to a false summit up here. Still the same elevation. Oh yeah. And we are in the thick of the clouds. Be willing to bet this has a pretty decent view. but not today with the clouds. About 4,800 feet, we got a pretty good view of a sheer rock face. I don't really know much about this place, so I don't know which one it is, but I bet it'd be impressive looking without these clouds. And back up we go. Now the rocks here make it pretty easy on the calves, give you something nice to push off of. You're not fighting yourself the entire trip up. Makes the steepness pretty bearable. So behind me you can see some stairs essentially that are carved out of the rocks, and it's almost like cheating. It's definitely in the clouds up here. I'm sure it'll be spectacular views, but the scenery is still pretty, and it's a good hike so far. 5,100 feet. I have to imagine this to be a pretty spectacular view, but apparently we're going to be above the clouds in a moment. Also, we have the first official patch of snow right there. Starting to get into some scrambling type territory here, and an interesting trail. And we're at 5,200 feet right now. Should be about 700 feet from the top. About 5,400 feet of elevation, about 500 feet from the top, I think. Very well maintained trail. They've got stairs here at the top. It's pretty handy. It's about as easy as it gets for something like this. Also of note, I'm getting 2G signal up here, so I could probably send a selfie if I were so inclined. Looks like we're coming up on a false summit here. Probably about 5,600 feet up. I can't see anything, but I bet it'd be pretty. Looks like a view of the actual summit up there in the clouds. Should be up there momentarily. Not quite at the peak, but we were close. Right up there. Behind me is the scramble to the top. Let's do it. Hey. Got that LTE. Some goats joining the party.
Okay, don't go, goat. Awesome. Seriously, oh. Going bad.
So that was what trail was that?
Mount Ellinor.
That was Mount Ellinor. So, all right, we're going home.